According to a recent article on the NewYorkPost.com, a suspect was arrested Thursday in Jacqueline Avant's murder, wife of music icon Clarence Avant. The suspect was actually caught in another alleged botched robbery in nearby Hollywood, in which he reportedly told first responders he accidentally shot himself in the foot.
That's karma.
Okay.
But records show that the 29-year-old suspect is no stranger to the criminal justice system. According to the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, he was sentenced to a 5-year prison term in 2013 for second-degree robbery and inflicting bodily harm. And he recently served a 4-year sentence for second-degree robbery with enhancements for a previous felony and was released on supervised parole on September 1st. This is a lot, you ladies.
A lot
going on.
A lot.
I just want you guys to weigh in on this, considering Jacqueline Avant's alleged murderer was no stranger to the criminal system. Is it fair to call out the justice system for negligence? Many question why he was back on the street. Why is this happening?
Ooh.
Well, there is, okay, back in the 90s, there was policies that toughened sentences and increased incarceration. And of course, we had these new criminal justice reforms in California. Mm-hmm. So now you've got this wave of crimes that's happening.
Yes.
And first of all, we want to give our condolences to
Absolutely.
the Avant family.
Absolutely.
The
So
things
tragic.
that Jacqueline did was amazing, and she will always be remembered.
Yes.
But there was a comment from Black Lives Matter co-founder Melina Abdullah that said that they mourn with her family, but they cannot allow the use of Avant's death or recent property crimes to push more policing, cash bail, or other tough on crime measures. Because what they're trying to do now is politicize this. And what we were trying to do is reform. And I think that they need to go back and look at these criminal reforms, because a person like that should not have been out on the street. The reforms were for people that were like doing drug, you know, it wasn't violent. It wasn't robberies. It's like drug crimes. That's what we were, that's what the reforms really were meant for. But for some reason, they let this guy out, and now they're going to go back and politicize it and say, see, this is the reason why.
Exactly.
I hear a lot of these conversations happening.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like what's happening is when 2020 happened and coronavirus, a lot of prisoners were let out because it was overcrowding. They didn't know how to deal with the coronavirus. But I feel like you said, Lonnie, the lesser crimes maybe are the ones that should be let out. Not someone who has this background. And also, look what he did. He took the life of an 86-year-old woman who was just in her home. That's not how you want to go. I mean, you don't, no one needs to go out like that, no matter your age. But it just seems like we can't use this to politicize it, because then we're not going to get anywhere.
Also think about what is happening in this country. That economic desperation is causing people to do these types of crimes.
Well, if I'm keeping it real, Lonnie, we had that conversation about, you know, what they're now calling flash robs instead of flash mobs, the flash robs that were happening in Louis Vuitton stores and all these luxury stores. And I'm not gonna lie, I felt that empathy when we had that conversation. Then I see this and everything else that's going on with the home invasions in Los Angeles, and I don't feel that anymore. I agree with now what you said, where you said people that are actually struggling to feed their families are not going into other people's homes, ruining other families. They're not killing people's mothers and making families feel unsafe in their homes. This is not what they're doing. So I don't think that this actually has to do
with economic desperation.
I don't think these specific robberies
That's
in
what I was
homes.
saying.
That's exactly
I actually agree. I gotta be honest with you. No, it took me a moment. I had to consider it, and I'm like, at first, you know, you want to have empathy always, because I understand what that is to not have. But when you don't have, you don't go and take from people who've either worked hard for it, or furthermore, you don't make people feel uncomfortable in their homes. What we're going on in Los Angeles right now, people don't feel safe in their homes.
Absolutely not. I got more cameras this weekend.
And that's what people are going to do. They're going to start. They have a new set of technology. They have cameras that can read the license plate, so when people are going around. And the thing is that, yes, I understand this is the holiday season, and I understand that people feel desperate. But there are jobs out there, and we can't talk about the wages, because in California, the minimum wage is like 16. I saw for a pizza place, they're giving you a signing bonus plus $18.50 an hour. So you cannot use the excuse. And then they want to say, well, I'm a felon. people are hiring felons too. So it's like, we got it. I think this country has to take a look
felons
back.
deserve to get a job because otherwise,
well, they're giving
you're never
them.
gonna get,
they will give them a
out of the
job.
system.
That should
if
be
you
part
don't-
of the reform.
Yeah,
But we have to
absolutely.
get
You don't
out of
give
this.
them an opportunity, they're going to go back to the
We
streets.
have to get out of this mentality that, you know, I'm going to just take whatever I want to take.
Right, it doesn't work like that.
No.
It doesn't work like that. Work for it.
And Lonnie, you made a great point that I completely agree with. And that is that racial profiling is going to go up.
Yes.
Oh, for
Sadly,
sure.
you see these videos
For
and you see
sure.
what's going on. I was at the Grove yesterday. There was police presence
Everywhere.
all over. It's a shopping place here in Los Angeles. And there was police presence all over the Grove. And I'm not gonna lie, I even sat there and was like it felt, LA feels really weird right now.
Yeah,
Just
it
keeping
does.
it real, it feels really weird.
My friend went to a holiday party last night. They came in and robbed everybody.
What?
Guys.
In the house?
In the house. I mean, it's and we're talking about these are affluent neighborhoods.
Yeah.
These are neighborhoods that
Right,
were
it
being
doesn't matter anymore.
These are
like that.
neighborhoods that are paying crazy money in taxes.
Taxes, yeah, but it doesn't matter anymore.
California, I'm gonna read this real quick. Los Angeles is on pace to experience its highest number of annual murders in more than a decade. Through October 2021, the city recorded 325 homicides, a 49.1%, that's almost 50% increase since 2019.
And I'm just afraid that it'll turn into the Wild Wild West because people are going to start arming themselves. They're going to start fighting back.
tell you.
They're not
Let me
going to let
tell
these
you.
people
And that's
keep
not
doing
the
this.
answer. That's not the answer.
It's not the answer.
That's not the
We
answer.
have to
I'm glad we're talking
talk
about this
about
and
it.
we have to
Yeah.
continue talking
Yeah.
about this.
Exactly.